All right, guys, welcome back. You just had Josh and Sarv for the first half here just because of our time difference cut. We had to slice up the show, but I'm sure Sarv will do a good job of putting it all together. Those guys talked men's basketball, specifically Australia, Serbia last night, cutting it close with the U.S. Australia led by some pretty scrappy guys in the NBA. You know, your Patty Mills, your David Anderson. Not that anybody remembers who he is, but they gave him a run for their money. We're going to kind of move away from that. We're going to stick with the Olympics a little bit, talk a little bit of women's basketball, a little bit of dominance, and then we're gonna drift off and we're gonna go with some what ifs for a little while. And yeah, we got Fonz and we got Mike, and let's hit it. So Fonz, you really spearheaded the idea of dominance and how you thought that somebody like Michael Phelps, somebody like Katie Ledecky, or even anybody in any other sport doesn't really compare to how it is to dominate in basketball like the women have 4-0 or Phelps 23 gold. Which one would you rather have right now?
I mean, wait, are you talking about like dominance? Like, would I rather
Just
be Michael Phelps or would I rather be part of the U.S. women's team?
exactly.
Oh, I mean, Michael Phelps. Like, the dude is arguably the greatest athlete ever. But I think the thing about why I find, and I think you guys agree with me that dominance in a team sport like basketball is kind of boring compared to dominance by a Ledecky, a Phelps, or a Bolt, or even a Serena Williams. What makes those more interesting, I think, is that they're chasing themselves more or less. Like Ledecky, she's beating her own world record in the 800 freestyle. Phelps, he's just you know getting all these medals one after the other, and it's just increasing his legacy. Same with Serena. It's just they're making themselves better. We're seeing people who will probably never see again. I mean, I don't think anybody will ever match Phelps. Same thing with probably Serena, and Ledecky can probably
Oh
only
yeah,
get
no,
better from here. Yeah,
nobody's catching
but then
Phelps at all, and I think
yeah,
Ledecky's only got to get better.
exactly. But something for like basketball, it can get boring because we see the score just keep on shooting up, and we know, oh, the U.S. women are stronger, better, and faster than everybody else. So it's it
Yeah,
gets boring.
exactly. And I mean, there's 12 guys on that team, or 12 women in this case, of course. But even for the men's team, if we're looking 4-0, they haven't really dominated at all. If you want to say they've won
Yeah.
games, but they haven't really been what they have. And I think my take on it is that other than KD, they don't really have alphas out there on the floor. They don't have a floor general like Chris Paul, like Steph Curry. They don't really have a big man or like a big mover like LeBron. Guys like Blake Griffin are sitting out, so it's left on guys who run in a weak system. Like, yeah, DeMarcus is the alpha, but he's playing in Sacramento. Yeah, Kyrie's a floor general esque player, but he's playing under LeBron.
Mhm.
So, what do you think contributes to just the struggles, maybe, or maybe it's that Serbia really just shows up?
Um, I mean, it's a lot of things. Like the U.S. team, they're not built like an Australia or a Serbia or an Argentina even, where like the guys are playing together since they're what 15, in these competitions. The U.S., since we have so much talent, it's like we get to pick and choose who who we bring to the Olympics, and that means, oh, okay, we might have Russell or we might have DeRozan, so, and they're not the
Yeah.
same, they're not building these connections like, the Manu Ginobili Argentina team. They've been playing forever. It's the same with France and Spain. So I think it's just the problem with the US is that they're not completely familiar with each other.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't doubt that because I mean the only real duos you're seeing there are DeRozan and Lowry, and
Yeah,
even then they're not always the best combo.
yeah, and then the Warriors contingent.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't really know what Harrison Barnes counts for on this team other than nothing.
Sorry
But
about that.
all right, so Mike is back here. We had some technical issues. I'm sure we're just going to cut this anyways, but it doesn't make a difference. But we just talked dominance, Mike, quick here, so we're gonna step over and maybe we'll take your take quickly actually before we move on here. Phelps and Ledecky compared to say the U.S. women's. Would you rather be racking up medals like Phelps, which is 24, 25, 26 day after day, or would you rather go 4-0 and then run your way straight into a gold medal playing basketball?
Well, I think I definitely Phelps is a lot more rewarding. More just because we don't see them for 4 years, so you don't really know what they're up to. Whereas the NBA guys, we know how good they are, we know what they're possible of. So when Phelps and Ledecky come around, it's like, wow, these guys worked 4 years to dominate for 8 days. It's just hit after hit after hit. So I find that a lot more impressive.
Yeah, and another thing I think that's really interesting is that so many of the swimmers, they're my age. They're 21, they're 22, 20. Like they're 18, 19, and they're still in college. It's like, huh, you know, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, because yeah, I have friends who go to Cal Berkeley, and it's like, oh yeah, they see, a Nathan Adrian. I think he goes to Cal. They see him in class. It's like these are regular people who just turn out to be, yeah, among the best athletes in the world. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, is Simone Manuel from UCal Berkeley too? I know she's from Cali.
Yeah, I mean, half the team is like Missy Franklin is. I mean, Cal and Stanford just dominate swimming. It's insane.
Which is a fun thing when you got everybody piled into one corner. Eventual celebrity hotspots in the rising. Before we step away from U.S. basketball, I just wanted to give a shout out to my Canadian women's team, who's finally pulling through. Yeah, they they got rocked by the women, but other than the U.S. women, I think they got a real shot at a bronze or a silver here. But moving away from the Olympics, we're going to talk team building. Fonz and Mike, who do you think's putting together a roster that's gonna do something, or maybe is gonna a step in the wrong direction?
I mean,
Well, you got
I'd say, did you guys hear about the Nerlens Noel thing recently, where he basically deleted everything associated with the 76ers
no,
on
I
his
didn't. That's
yeah,
funny.
social media accounts? And there are rumors that he might go to the Celtics, which is basically every rumor that's out there. Player X might go to Celtics.
Every
Um,
rumor ever.
exactly. But if he goes there, then I think they definitely. I mean, he's not a game changer. Obviously, he's still young, but defensively, he's a very good defensive center already, and I'd argue that that's one of the things that the Celtics have been lacking for a bit because they have a bunch of bulldogs on the perimeter. They have your Marcus Smarts, your Avery Bradleys, and stuff. But then if you can get past those guys, it's a bunch of softies. You have Solinger, Olenek, guys who aren't known for their rim protection. So if they get an explosive athlete, a Nerlens Noel, that would definitely, shoot them up even further um, in the Eastern rankings. And I just support uh, any young player going to Brad Stevens because Brad Stevens is amazing.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
no,
that,
he's
that
a
would,
he's a
that would,
real builder.
yeah, that's my pick. If the Celtics do any interesting moves, then I'd say they probably win the offseason because we're not considering the Warriors because that's the obvious pick.
Yeah, Cavs and Warriors are off limits.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, I kind of like if like depending on what the Sixers get, they're definitely taking a huge step in the right direction because I don't know if you guys have been seeing Dario Saric in the Olympics, but he's looked pretty damn good.
Yep.
But in terms of playoff teams, I like what the Pacers did. They knew what they have in Paul George, and they're trying to keep him by adding T. Jefferson. They had a couple other guys that'll definitely put them into the top five of the East for sure.
Yeah, I think the Pacers did take a step. Just looking back at Fonz, I think the Sullinger move that um, Toronto was talking about adding Sullinger, I thought.
Yeah, I think he is on the Raptors. Challenger.
Oh, is he?
I
Solinger?
think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is.
Big, Big Baby Junior, Big Baby Davis Junior.
Yeah, he's the
Uh,
second coming.
yes. That actually makes me kind of sad. Oh, Solinger. I like him on the Celtics. He's a likable guy. I don't know. You can't. I say you can't hate Solinger. He's
Yeah, I
just
always felt like
lovable.
he should have been a lot better though. Or
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he still
true.
has time,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean,
But
I feel
honestly,
like I'm at a weird thing with like college players, like players from college, because I don't, always follow college basketball. So it's like, I didn't have that connection with Evan Turner or Jared Sullinger when they were in Ohio. They were Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really watch them there, so I didn't really have an opinion before they came
Mhm.
into the league.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to. I think if he left his freshman year, he would have been a top 3 pick, but he stayed.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt. So
And then yeah, oh, got injuries. That sucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
but on the
Uh,
I don't know, I feel like the Western Conference, aside from the Warriors and I guess the Thunder now, no one's really done anything.
yeah. I mean, I'd say a lot of it is more just going with what they know already. Like the Clippers, they just re-signed everybody.
Mhm.
Nice and boring.
Same with the
The
Blazers.
Grizzlies, yeah, the Grizzlies are just building around the guys that they have already.
Yeah, I have no idea what the Grizzlies are doing because I think they gave Parsons 90. I was like, what are you like? What's that really going to accomplish?
Yeah.
Actually, the Pistons also added a couple. I think they added Ish Smith. They added there's a big they added. I can't.
Oh, didn't they add Boban?
Boban, there we go.
Yeah, the guy.
Then they added McCall. They like not any big moves, but very nice supplemental moves to help
Yeah.
Jackson and Drummond.
Yeah, I mean that I'd say that's what you should do, if you're the Pistons. Magic. Just find these, two core guys that you have who, may not be superstars, but are, very good players themselves, and then just build around them, draft well, build around them, make smart moves that don't, you don't panic and try to sign, a guy, a Bismack Biyombo, a guy who's still, kind of a question mark for a crap ton of money when you honestly don't have space or a place for him on your team. Because the nice thing about Boban and Drummond is that they probably won't play together, but Boban is, they're not committing a huge amount of money to him, so
Yeah, it's a good bet.
yeah, it's like, oh, here's Boban. He probably knows what to do because he was with the Spurs. He won't be a troublemaker. He can only get better, I'd argue. Yeah, and he's still learning, to play in the NBA, which is all you can ask for from a young player. Just work hard and learn.
Yeah, learning behind Van Gundy and Drummond that should be very beneficial.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be. I'm assuming that second unit's gonna be him and Ish Smith, so they could just be running pick and rolls and just have him roll.
Might need to watch a lot more Pistons games next season.
Oh yeah,
we need to build a fucking wall. favorite thing from last year.
Now they're definitely gonna have a fucking wall.
Oh yeah, it's just like send out Boban and Drummond like on the inbounder.
Oh, I would do that every time. If it's like 0.6 seconds left in a game, I would just put Boban at covering the inbound.
And like have Ish Smith climb on top of them.
That would be awesome.
Like, what are they doing? And it's like then they cut to SVG in the huddle. It's like, Ish, go on their shoulders. Form a fucking house.
Oh, the Pistons.
The NBA, the best league to follow, to make fun of.
Yeah. But speaking of Bismack, what the hell are the Magic doing? They were a team that I thought was going to be like heading into the playoff discussion last year. Now I have no idea what the hell they're doing.
No, fucking Frank Vogel doing Frank Vogel things.
Yeah, they're just signing a bunch of power forwards.
Poor Aaron Gordon and Vucevic. Those two guys. Just like
Logjam, Ibaka, Biyombo. Just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Elfrid Payton can't really shoot. They don't have a shooter, honestly.
Evan Fournier, man.
Yeah, that's it.
He's gonna have a chip off his. Yeah, he's gonna have a chip off his shoulders because he's not on the French team this year.
Can he make the French team?
No. And the reasoning apparently was the coach was like, oh well, this team played so well in the qualifiers. I just didn't want to make any changes. Like, it's Evan Fournier. Like, he's a good player. You know?
Yeah, he's definitely one of their better young players.
Yeah, exactly. Like let him develop. Make him, because Diao and Parker are getting old. Make Fournier the new leader of your team. Come on, man.
Yeah, him and
Yeah.
Gobert should be like the next coming, and then Batum's like in the middle.
Yeah. Anyway,
But moving along,
moving along.
let's talk about. So what do you this over under with Melo? Do you think he gave away too many titles? Looking back at his Olympic performance, do you think he should have made a more conscious effort to get rings?
Uh, I mean, you can't. We can't fault. I feel like we can't fault Melo for doing what he did because we're not Carmelo. We can't. We don't know what's going on in his head because I mean, the Knicks were dumb, honestly, because they could have right. They could have signed him during the offseason anyway, but they decided to trade
Yeah,
everybody
well,
for him.
that's actually on Melo
Really?
because the Knicks wanted him to wait, but that was the lockout. Like the lockout was coming that year, but he was
Uh,
afraid that he was gonna miss out on the biggest possible payday. So he was like, "Get the trade done now, and then we'll figure it out later."
ugh.
But
Uh,
after that, they've made a ton of stupid moves.
yeah.
Like they wasted their amnesty. They signed Billups, Chauncey Billups, the day after the season ended, and then decided to amnesty him 2 days later when they could have used that on Stoudemire. It was just so stupid.
It's Billups and Stoudemire, also known as the mid 2000s All Stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not doing the same thing with this team.
The late 2000s All Stars. This team. Yeah, but I mean, what could he have done necessarily? I mean, obviously there was that, the whole make the trade go now, but I don't think they would have won anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we can't predict, but a team with Gallinari, Melo, Wilson Chandler, right? Um, Stoudemire,
yeah,
like
I don't know if they're still beating the Heat.
yeah, but I don't think they would win necessarily. So, and then
Yeah,
there'd be the whole, oh, Carmelo, he can never lead a team past the first round or
which
second
is
round,
such
whatever.
bullshit.
Yeah, we just, it's the Twitter egg argument.
There's no, I feel like there's only one guy that can win by himself. The rest of these guys are a sum of parts. Where
Exactly.
it's like if you take like the Warriors, like look how Steph's, I would say top five, top three player in the league. I don't think he could carry a team in the West to the Western Conference Finals.
No, because like he's at that point he's already so banged up. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, and he just like, his body just breaks down, and that's a problem with him.
Yeah.
As much as I love the guy, but yeah, I mean the thing about Melo is that the Nuggets would have never won with a
Yeah, they
title.
got close. They got
Yeah,
as close as they could. I
yeah,
thought.
but that was the peak of him. That like, he was still young. He wasn't the four that he is now, more or less the extremely offensive minded and willingly and ISO heavy scorer that he is now. But I don't know, like I just think it's hard to say that Melo could have won a ring with that Knicks team because they would have been better, obviously, but I don't think they would have.
Yeah. What
I
if
mean,
he could have went to the Lakers, I think in '08 if
eh,
they traded Bynum. I don't know, but do you think that would have made him do you think they would have won with Melo instead of Bynum? Or Melo instead of Powell?
no, I mean I don't think so necessarily because so much of that team was Bynum and Powell just being of a great pairing at center and power forward, right? I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, because what Powell needs, he's kind of like Dirk. Powell is a great player, but he's not necessarily a rim protector. And Bynum, when he was actually focused and not bowling, was actually, yeah, he was a perfect foil for Powell.
Yeah. They
It probably,
complement each other really
yeah, it
nice.
probably would have made the Lakers transition to the what is now the modern NBA a little easier because they would have been able to make Melo a four very easily.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's hard to predict where
Yeah.
all
I mean,
those
in
things.
hindsight, everything looks like it's perfect, but
Yeah,
I mean, I think the only other possible place where he could have gotten a ring was if he somehow figured out a way to get to Miami in 20 after his first Knicks contract expired. I think that was
20.
2013 or
Yeah.
2014. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Because I think him like whenever him and LeBron eventually get on the same team, I think that's a championship team.
Oh
They're
yeah.
just for each other.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the most unstoppable offense, like pairing, possibly in NBA history. I mean,
Oh, that'd
because
be
now you have Steph and Durant, but if prior to that, if Carmelo had joined LeBron, like yeah, they would have been unstoppable. Like a pick and roll with either of them doing either job would have been unstoppable.
oh my god. And they know I feel like they know how to play with each other. That's the
Yeah,
one thing I'm nervous with about Durant fitting in with the Warriors who already know how to play with each other. Where it's like, does he know where they're gonna be? Because the other four are gonna know where they're gonna be.
yeah, there'll be an adjustment, but I don't think it'll be too hard for Durant to just figure it out. That he's too smart of a player. He'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
that's what I think. I mean, there's been a lot of like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, there was a lot of panicky, like, oh, if it doesn't work out, Steph might opt out in 2017 and go to Charlotte or New York. I was just like, relax, let's see what they do first.
Exactly. I mean, the only time that there would be a foregone conclusion that Curry would leave the Warriors is if like Ayesha is just like, I hate Oakland.
Yeah, or
It's
it's
just
like,
like
I
I
really
don't.
hate Durant. I really hate this Durant guy, which I really thought
Yeah,
was gonna happen.
yeah. But I mean, Ayesha seems, she genuinely seems like a very supportive and you know like incredible woman. Like I don't, she's not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they would at least talk about it.
Plus, I think like the Warriors fans, at least from my perspective, that's one of the best fans of basketball because the Oracle, even when they were really bad, I don't
Oh
remember the
yeah,
Oracle ever being empty.
yeah. I mean, shout out to Oracle and Levi Stadium because when my dad and I when we watch games,
Mhm.
in Levi's we get Indian curry, which you would never find anywhere else, and in Oracle we get the Vietnamese banh mi sandwiches, which once again
Ooh,
you would never get anywhere else. So shout
that
out
sounds
to those
awesome.
two, serving their ethnic fans, I guess.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Are they right next to? Is Oracle and Levi's right next to each other?
No, Oracle is in Oakland, and but the Warriors are gonna move to somewhere near AT&T Park in the next few years, I think.
And
And then Levi's is near Santa Clara. Is in Santa Clara, which is I'd
oh,
say about anywhere from 40 to an hour, 40 minutes to an hour away from San Francisco.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, are we gonna move on to the over under for LeBron?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think he's more where I don't know where he's gonna. He still has at least 5 to 6 more years.
Oh yeah.
So I don't feel like him giving up titles. I think he's done everything he could to get to maximize his rings thus far.
Yeah.
Because he left for Miami, which I thought was good, and then returned to Cleveland. And I don't know what else he could do. Like if he only wins 4 rings, but ends a title drought in Cleveland and New York, for example, I think
Mhm.
I would weight him a little higher than people with like Kobe or maybe even Jordan. Honestly, if he ends 2 droughts, what do you think?
It's different though because the narrative of LeBron's whole career was that he was just a kid from Akron, right? That
Mhm.
who just wanted to end the drought, and then he became the villain because of the whole Miami thing. But the thing about Jordan's career is that he was just, I just want to win.
Yeah.
Just kind of like I don't care who's playing, who I'm playing with, who I'm playing against, where I'm playing. I'm just going to beat the shit out of everyone and win as many titles as I can.
Mhm.
And having that, and we celebrate, we add like the joke that we always celebrate Jordan's like personality, which isn't great. And you have LeBron, who's such a likable guy, honestly.
Mhm.
And we viewed him as a villain just because he wanted to try and win rings in another place.
Mhm.
The whole decision thing on ESPN. certainly didn't help. But
Yeah, I think
it's
that was
not.
his only misstep.
Yeah,
That one,
yeah,
those like 3 months where he
yeah,
like
but
did the whole dancing thing and like
yeah,
paraded around
and
like WWE superstars when they
yeah,
signed.
the whole not one, not two.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's a mistake. People make mistakes.
yeah. I think he's probably one of the more like not perfect, but as close to perfect as you can get for like a role model
Yeah,
superstar.
he's never had a
Because
big scandal, right?
yeah, knock on
There's
wood. I really hope
never,
it doesn't happen.
yeah, there's never like a gambling thing with him. He has these ads where they show his kids, LeBron Jr. and stuff,
Yeah, he's
and
always at his kids' basketball games.
yeah, so it's just like, oh, LeBron, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
want to hang out with LeBron. I wouldn't want to
you
hang out
used,
with Jordan or Kobe. They seem like assholes.
yeah, Kobe. I mean, Jordan. I think Jordan's the biggest. Like, if Jordan was around during Twitter
Yeah. Oh
and like
God.
the era where you could actually see what all these guys are doing every hour, I
Yeah.
think he'd be one of the most hated people ever.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's
Because at
just
least from the rumors that you hear, this guy is really an asshole.
yeah. Ugh. But whatever. He's
Still the goat.
the greatest.
But do you think LeBron's underpaid still? Does he just sign that monster deal
I wouldn't
last
say
year?
he's underpaid necessarily because he has so many endorsements and whatever.
Hmm.
And I think if he signed that contract, that's a contract that he wanted to sign.
Yeah.
Considering his status within the organization, he probably could have gotten any deal that he wanted to. But we should celebrate the fact that he is not pulling a Kobe necessarily, where he's just saying, "I just want as much money as I can." He's
Yeah.
showing interest um, for the rest of the organization and always looking out for what's best for them, and that's something that not a lot of superstars would do,
Hmm.
given the choice.
Well, I think LeBron more so than anyone else is more like I've never seen someone more responsible for a team for a city's economy
Yeah.
like he's in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like no matter what the number is, even if he got paid like 60 mil, they're gonna be like, well, he could still get paid more.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, at the point, but like you said, with all the power he has, I feel like that's compensation for taking a couple million less.
Yeah.
If
Plus, there's the whole, you know, I know Simmons has talked about it a bit on his various podcast appearances,
Mhm.
that LeBron should just take the regular season pretty easy and let Kyrie become a superstar. Um,
Oh, I think Kyrie took that leap when he I still can't believe he beat Curry in the finals head to head,
I
but
know
I think
it
that's what
hurts.
put him over the edge. Like
Yeah, but
that was a stamp of approval.
like let Kyrie, because Kyrie's career was drafted out of Duke, supposed to be a very good player, had these faults like injuries and lack of defense, and then LeBron comes back. So Kyrie could never become the leader of a team necessarily. So I feel like LeBron should just,
Focus
like
on
be take a step back and just let Kyrie, you know, take as many shots as he wants and figure out how to lead a team, because as once again, we're saying that LeBron is a super self-aware guy. Like he knows that Kyrie will probably be, will remain in, the Cavs after LeBron retires. So,
yeah.
letting Kyrie have some of these opportunities to show that he's a leader and to show that he cares about winning,
Mhm.
um, would be a great thing for the organization as a whole, because they'd be able to market Kyrie as a superstar when LeBron's gone.
Yeah, I think now that I'm looking back on it, now that you mention that, I really think this contract is more of saying, okay, this is my final 2 or 3 years. I want to start the process of handing Kyrie the keys to the car
Yeah,
very slowly.
yeah, and Kyrie is he's another guy who just seems like a very responsible. I
Yep.
mean, as far as I know, responsible and genuinely likable guy. I mean, obviously he played for Duke, but I'm not a Duke hater, because I didn't go
Yeah, I mean,
through
either.
6 years of Duke just being a bunch of uh, yeah. um, yeah, and he's yeah, he seems like a guy who's happy-go-lucky, willing to laugh at himself, kind of,
Mhm.
with the Uncle Drew commercials.
Yeah, I love those.
Oh yeah, they're wonderful. I mean, the first couple of times you see it, you're just like, it's just really smart. Like it's a genius. Whoever came up with that
I think
was
it was him.
was it
I
him?
think I think he started as like a little film project, and then Pepsi picked it up, or yeah, I think it was Pepsi that picked it up.
Smart move by Pepsi.
He filmed it at Bloom, couple minutes away from my house in
Yeah.
Bloomfield. Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's the only time I've ever really wanted to drink Pepsi over Coke. It's like Uncle Drew. He's inspiring me.
Uncle Drew. But yeah, I think him and Love could definitely carry the bulk of the thing. Like LeBron could definitely take it easy
The
because
anti-defense team.
yeah, 'cause half the teams in the East are not gonna slow them down, and the West is just I don't know, you see them twice. So LeBron would just play most of those Western games against the Warriors,
Yeah.
Spurs, Thunder.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the NBA schedule.
Yeah,
Yep. I mean,
Knicks are
that's the
back
other
on
news.
Christmas.
Whew. Whew, that cannot wait for the season to start already.
Who are the Warriors now on Christmas? Cavs
Cavs. Yep.
in Cleveland or Golden State?
That I'm not sure yet. But still,
I'm-
I don't think it matters necessarily where they're going to play each other
yeah,
because
I think the
at this point
Warriors.
it's they know each stadium so well already that
Yeah, that's a true rivalry.
yeah.
As a Warriors fan, what are you more hyped for though? Are you hyped for Thunder Warriors or Warriors Cavs?
I still think it's Warriors Cavs as much as it would be amazing to see Westbrook just like this, just like single-handedly go on a tear and just like dunk on Durant over and over again. I still think the mentality of the Warriors saying realizing that they lost to the Cavs again. I mean, realizing they lost to the Cavs and then playing them on such a big occasion. I think everybody's just Draymond is gonna give probably like the best talk that he's ever and the loudest team talk that he's ever gonna give. And Durant, I think that'll be the time when Durant realizes, oh shit, like these guys are serious about winning
Yeah,
uh,
I'm excited to see
title.
what Draymond has on Durant. The effect.
Yeah, but I mean, Durant, we think he's a quiet guy, but we've seen him get fired up a bunch of times, so he does have that fire within him. And
Yeah,
once again, like, yeah, this team is a little more on the quiet side with Curry and Clay. They're not exactly boastful, arrogant types. They do those little
Mhm.
dances and stuff, but that's not compared to Draymond, who like screams and shouts and thumps his chest. Like Durant could definitely be another guy to just fire up the team and make sure that that they're focused at all times when they're dancing and shooting all the threes.
yeah. I'm just interested to see how long it takes Durant to assert himself as that type of player. Because I think he would fit. If he does that, that would fit perfect because it blends perfectly with Steph and Clay. We have your backcourt as like the quiet guys, and your front court's more of like the rah rah, like let's get this.
Yeah. Oh, and then they have Zaza, who's just
That's
awesome.
true. Yeah, and then the Bruiser.
Love
He's
Zaza.
definitely had a couple fights.
Yeah. It's gonna look weird though. I just don't think that the Warriors jerseys match Zaza that much, honestly.
Zada's more of a king. He looks more like a sack king guy.
Yeah. Like some jerseys just like fit on some guys.
Hmm.
Like I'd say, Wade in the Miami black jersey, that's like perfect. Like player to jersey. That's
Yeah,
that's the like pinnacle of matching. And then um strangely enough, like I think Zaza and the Bucks green away jerseys a couple years back was also really nice. Like it just fit like that. Strangely enough, that those Buck green jerseys really fit tall white guys.
I mean
Like
that's
it
what the
fits.
Milwaukee Bucks are founded. Like
Yeah, I
Mike
mean
Dunleavy.
yeah, it fits. It fits the it fits Dunleavy. It fits Bogut. It fits Zaza. It fit them all really well.
You know what didn't look good in Bucks? JJ Redick. I was
Ooh,
surprised.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Because he's not tall. He's not a tall enough white guy.
Yeah, you have to be above 6'5".
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. He. I said he's not tall enough. Not like it's not like he's a guy. He's a player in the NBA who's over 6 feet tall, who's probably taller than most people in the world But yeah, I think he's a little too compact
Yeah.
to really fill out the jersey. Like I think, yeah, Larry Sanders, he's not white, obviously, but just like lanky people really fit those Bucks jerseys.
I'm surprised the Warriors didn't make a run at Sanders. I thought instead of McGee, if they got Sanders.
Eh, I think Sanders is a little more volatile than McGee. Like McGee, he's not violent. He's just stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Like
what's Sanders violent? I can't remember.
that. Yeah, I don't remember also, but I think Larry Sanders is just like I think he had some mental health issues, which
Oh,
he should definitely. Yeah, I mean, hopefully he got treatment for that because you always people who have that should always get treatment as much as they can. But
yeah.
yeah, I think he's a little more of a guy who could definitely screw something up, you know, off the floor, whereas McGee is probably just going to make a boneheaded play once or twice, and yeah, then you can just bench him. Yeah,
Yeah. Sanders is. I don't know. I feel like he still has something left in the tank.
yeah. Hopefully he figures it out. You never want to see a guy fail that badly when he showed so much promise at the start of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
such
that's
is life.
sports. That's the
So
NBA.
yeah. So I think we're back Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. Back Tuesday, probably gonna talk more Bucks jerseys on a lanky lanky athletes.
Honestly, we should definitely talk about who looks good in the perfect jersey for somebody.
Oh yeah, I
That'd be
mean,
a good one. But by then, I think U.S. would play France. They play them tomorrow, so I'll have some more Olympic talk, and we'll definitely have some more basketball talk. So
of course.
until next time, my friend.
Yep. Until next time, you guys.
Shouts to Mickey.
Exactly. Hopefully, he gets power back soon.
All right, see y'all.
See ya.